Hello and welcome to ALCA's Aging Life Care Moment. As part of the Aging Life Care Association's efforts around diversity and inclusion, we will hear from members on diversity issues within ALCA, but also in this industry. We know there is a lot of work to be done, but we hope by presenting these interviews, we can begin to bring to light our members whose voices haven't been heard before and with an eye towards perhaps affecting change. Today, we are talking with Crystal Littlejohn, owner of Geriatric Resources. Hi, Crystal.
How are you? Thank you for having me, Courtney.
Yeah. So tell me, how long have you been a member of the Aging Life Care Association?
So I've been erroneously saying that I've been a member since 2009. I actually became a member in 2007.
Oh, great. So nice amount of time.
Yeah.
And how long have you been practicing care management?
So I started practicing care management around that same time. I was not doing it in my own company at that time. I started Geriatric Resources in 2009. So I had been doing the work for a couple of years prior to starting my own company.
Okay, and how did you get started in care management in general? What drew you to this area?
It's really actually very funny. I would love to say that it was purposeful and by design, but I fell into care management. I had the opportunity to work with care managers as operator of assisted living communities, but it wasn't anything that I had anticipated doing for myself. Until a dear friend of mine needed some help studying for her exam. And truly, I thought, well, I know all this, I can do all this. And then looked closer at how rewarding the work was. I saw that really amazing things could be accomplished for people. And I decided at that point in time I would take the test right alongside of her and begin doing the work.
Wow, that's a great story of how you got involved with it. Now, as a member of you're on the Diversity and Inclusion Task Force, I'd love to hear what you think about how ALCA can attract more diverse members.
So I really think it's important that if you're going to be something, you have to see something. So I think that if there aren't more people who look like me who are representing this organization and who are seen as part of this organization, then we're not going to be able to attract people to this work. I think even more importantly, and what I think the task force is doing flawlessly, is to just put the question out there to people who look like me and ask, what would make you want to join this organization? And I think this task force, for the first time, is revealing to me that this means something to the people who are leading it. It's not just lip service. There's a lot of work going on. There's a lot of tough questions being asked and answered, because sometimes when we seek to find our answers, we have an idea in our head as to what we want to hear from that, but they have been very open and, right down to things like people not seeing themselves on the website, not seeing someone who looks like them, that causes you to take a second look, at the work. I also think that we need to get to people earlier, before they've made career choices. And I personally feel as early as high school, not even college, as early as high school, letting people know this is a wonderful industry full of incredible people doing magnificent work, and that you too could do this work, right? I think that it has to go back that far in terms of how we're involving our audience.
Mm-hmm. That's a great point, of just, going all the way back, but just to high school, because that's when people are really trying to think of, where do I want to go? Where are my skills fitting in? And raising awareness at that level, just starts setting the path or plants that seed for someone to consider it down the road.
Absolutely. And if they don't know it exists, they won't aspire to it, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I think that it's really important for those individuals who might not know, who might have an idea as to what they want to be, who might not know this exists. This would be the perfect opportunity to capture that audience.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, and being a part of the Diversity and Inclusion Committee or the task force, and having been in the aging life care industry, geriatric care management industry, what do you think that is sort of on that global level needs to happen, or what are those first steps that could be taken to help with addressing this issue and like you said, bringing more people that look like me together into this industry?
Mm-hmm. I think that, like politics, everything is local. And so I think that if we were to arm ourselves, not just collectively as a big group, but at the local level to start to provide this education in our own areas, that's a great start. That's a great opportunity to be able to be, well, maybe not face to face in the midst of COVID, but at least some facsimile thereof. At least we're getting in front of people who otherwise don't have a career path. It's all local. And I think though we're doing everything at a national level, that local influence can't be underestimated.
Yeah. Well, Crystal, I want to thank you so much for your time to talk about these issues. Is there anything else that you wanted to add or feel that's important to talk about?
I do. I want to say I'm proud of us, as an organization. I'm proud of us for, one, recognizing that we could be more diverse as a profession, and then two, really actively doing something to make a difference in that. So, I'm honored, I'm proud for many reasons of the Aging Life Care Association, but for that in particular, I feel like our leadership, Liz, Tawny, I feel that they're all really invested in making this mean something, so
Yeah, great.
thank you to all.
Yeah. Well, thank you. Thank you, Crystal, and I appreciate your time today.
My pleasure.